So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do a homework assignment and turn it in on a worksheet. So the worksheet is displayed on my computer screen and I can't actually see it on the paper. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to show you where it is. It's right here. Let me make sure I turn off all the answers. Okay, so this is the worksheet I'm going to do. And so on my paper, I have this paper here. This is what I see on the computer. And I can't print it out. I don't have a printer at home, etc., etc. There's problems. And so I need to do this another way. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my paper and write on the paper. I need to write down my name, and I need to do that in pen. Always write your name in pen. That way it can't be somebody else's work. You are welcome to do your work in pencil or pen. Doesn't matter. We're going to label problem number 1. And then we're going to go find problem 1 and write it down on the paper. Now you're probably not going to see me write it down because I can't remember it. And take away 16 equals negative 28. So then I go back to the paper. Back to the paper. And so now I have that. I've written it down. Everything's good. And I'm going to go ahead and on the paper show my work. I'm going to add 16 to both sides. And n equals negative 12. So there's my final answer. To check to see if I'm right, I'm actually going to use a calculator. And you can use any calculator. I'm going to use this one because you can type in the whole. Of course, it makes the screen go all sorts of funky because of the backlight on it. See if I can get it. I wish there was, I don't know how to do that, but anyway. Let's see, clear. Blurry. Goodbye, calculator. So I'm going to, on my calculator, I'm going to take negative 12 minus 16. Kind of see it right there. And then I'm going to hit enter, and I get negative 28. And so I did the problem correctly. So I'm not writing down the check, but I am checking it. Just kind of off the side, I'm checking it with my calculator over here. Then I'm going to do problem number 2, and so on. I'm not going to do all your whole problems. I'm going to do problem 2. I'm going to go ahead and do the last problem. There are 16 problems, I believe, on this worksheet. There's 16 or 14. So I'll go ahead and do the last one. Yep, 14. So you're doing all the problems. You're not just stopping at 14. You're doing all the problems. I'm going to write down problem 14. 3b plus 1 plus 5b equals negative 31 plus 2b. So these problems range from super duper simple to fairly complex. So that last one is really hard. Now you're supposed to sort of already know how to do all of these. And so, but this one is much more complicated than the others. So just kind of keep that in mind. We're going to go ahead and start with distribution. And so I'm going to show this 15b plus 1 plus 5b equals negative 31 plus 2b. Okay. And so then what? What do I do next? Okay, I'm going to combine like terms. So I got this one and this one. Now these aren't notes, so I don't need to write down my steps. Like if I was taking notes, I would write down combine like terms and I would write down distributed. But I'm just doing the math, so I'm just going to do the math. No big deal. And so I have 20b plus 1 equals negative 31 plus 2b. And so now now it's all weird because there's letters on both sides. That confuses me sometimes. Oh, right. I need to move them together. So I'm going to move them to the left, to the left, to the left. I'm going to move everything to the left. I'm going to line it up. So I put it under b and under b. So that gives me 18b plus 1 equals negative 31. Now it seems normal. I'm going to subtract 1. 18b equals negative 32. You can see why I need to use an eraser. Divide by 18, divide by 18. And again, my calculator is going to do this problem for me. I'm going to go ahead and do negative 32 divided by 18. And again, you can see that there. And it's going to give me that. Ugh, I don't want that. I know the teacher's going to want a real answer. So you can write down this as your final answer since it was decimal. I'll accept that. I can also, with my calculator, there's this really cool thing under math. And by the way, this is on all scientific calculators. It's not unfortunately, on your phone, unless you download an app. You can download an app. But see, there's this number 1. It says frac. Let me push that. And so it says answer frac. And now it's forced my answer to become a fraction. I don't know if you can see that fraction. It's negative 16 over 9. And so I'm going to write that down. I can also write down negative 1 and 7/9 if I would prefer to have a mixed number. Unlike that one, I would really stop here, and now I'm finished. Okay, and so acceptable right answers. I can have that weird fraction. I can have this. I do not want the decimal. I'm not going to mark it wrong. You don't lose any points for being wrong, as we know. But now, as far as checking this one, I know you're thinking, I don't want to check that. Look at that horrifying mess that you are going to ask me to plug in. But then again, that's where this calculator comes in handy. So 5 parentheses 3 times parentheses negative 16 over 9 close parentheses. So I'm timesing plus 1 close the parentheses in the problem plus 5 times negative 16 over 9 close parentheses. That's one side of the equation. And I got that. That looks really ugly. Well, negative 31 plus 2 times negative 16 divided by 9 close parentheses. Uh-oh. Did I make a mistake? 3b plus 1. 5b, 5 on the outside. I did. Can anybody find my mistake? I totally made a mistake right there. So rather than doing the whole problem again, I'm going to go ahead and just change this to 5. I'm going to change it to 5 right here. I'm going to change it to 5 right here. I should have known when I got a fraction, huh? Change this to minus 5 here. Change this to minus 5. And then that's supposed to be negative 36. Notice I can just change that. I don't have to erase everything. I do have to change that. So instead of erasing, I'm going to cross it off. B equals, and I would never have found it if I hadn't checked. See how they aren't the same? And so, again, I'm going to let my calculator do that. Negative 36 divided by 18. It should be 2. Yep, negative 2. That seems much easier to plug in. So one of the cool things about this calculator, I can go up and grab that. And just change that to a 2, delete everything else in there. And then change this to a negative 2, delete everything else in there. There we go. Oh, negative 35, okay. And again, go up and grab this. And negative 2, delete, delete, delete. Oh, okay, cool. They're both negative 35. I must have done that right this time. So, okay, that one checked out. I did want to talk about fractions, so I didn't make this mistake on purpose, but at the same time, you'll see how I fixed my mistake. All I did was go over the work, find out where my mistake was. I'm pretty confident that I did a pretty good job, so I just want to go back and see, oh, I didn't distribute, shoot, and then just fix that. The rest of it didn't have to change. The rest of it was not wrong. So just change the one mistake instead of changing everything. So that's how, and then this, and now I have this, I'm going to take my phone, grab a picture, and I can either just grab a picture or I can use the Notes app and scan. So if you've gotten a Notes app to scan, great. If not, cool too. I need a new note. Take a picture, hold it up. We need to take a picture, scan the document. You can't really see what I'm doing because, of course, to get where I need to be, I have to be up. And that's going to be in the way. Good enough. So now that I have it, I'm going to move in my corner so that it's straight. I'm going to use the graph paper to help me be straight. Okay, keep scan. And so there it is, and then now I can turn it in. So I'm going to hit save. I'm going to type in solving equate, the name of the worksheet. And then I'm going to click done. Now it's got a name. And so then I'm going to hit send it. I'm going to go to send it to myself. and I'll probably send it to Drive, and then from Drive upload it to my Google Classroom so that I can turn it in. Pretty straightforward. Good luck. And again, you have all sorts of options to get your PDFs. You can take a picture and then turn it into a PDF. I don't care, but I want you to try to turn in PDFs to me. It makes it much easier for me to grade them. Pictures are so big that I have to do all sorts of crazy stuff. So it's really, really much better for me if they're pictures, if they're scans. So that's that. I hope you have a great time. Again, I've done the first and last problems for you. On the first problem, if you don't need to show this plus 16, you just know you're doing it and you write down the answer, that's cool. But on this one, you got to show your work. So in case you, like me, screw something up, we can find it. Okay? Answers get posted after about 3 days after the assignment's due or when everyone's turned it in. And then they're always just a list of answers, not worked out solutions. Okay? All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.